Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for September 27th through October 3rd, 2021. So, before we begin, I'd just like to welcome anyone who is new to the Angel School community. And just want to highlight a few things before we get into the reading. So, to begin, for the month of October, I will also still be continuing my special offer for my half-hour reading of $77, which I extend to one full hour since the pandemic has begun. And so, if you would like to get an angel reading with me, you can go to my web page, theangelschool.com/services page, and you would select the half-hour reading as it's written normally. And then within 24 hours on the first business day, I will send you a confirmation email noting the special offer for one full hour. In the email, there will be all the instructions you need to set up your angel reading. So just if you follow that, everything will work out perfectly. And so we're in this sort of transition week where one month is ending and a new month is beginning. And we recently had a fall equinox, and where in the month of September we were really focused on the hermit energy, because it's number 9 and September being the ninth month. And so it was a lot of reflection. They're saying in order to help you to realign. And so you may still want to really, as this month ends, to really reflect on the lessons that you've learned, or the reevaluation or assessment, the assessments that you've made and the conclusions you've drawn. And now, with the month of October getting towards the end of the week, you have that number 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And so, in the tarot numerology, the number 10 is a number of renewal. So it's about endings and beginnings, and it's kind of appropriate for this week as well. And the Wheel of Fortune is aligned with the energy of Jupiter, so expansion. So there's an opportunity to expand. There's an opportunity to learn those lessons and resolve to move forward and to embrace change, right? And also to remember with the Wheel of Fortune, the energy of choice, the choices that we're making, and that's in our ability to create our path forward, and to affect the outcomes of our in our lives, or our destiny, right? So you hold this in your hand, with that energy. And so let's just keep that and that sort of awareness, and be open to, so be aware of, after you've had this reflection, that you don't want to repeat cycles, that you want to really embrace change as the way that the wheel turns and allows you to move forward rather than stagnate. I'm so sorry, but this seasonal weather, allergies. But this is a very important part to remember too about the wheel. It can either stagnate, just cycle and repeat, or move forward. And that means that change is gonna be sort of your footsteps. Even if you can take baby steps, but change is the action steps. It's your footsteps. It's your action steps, whether they're baby steps or really bold steps that help you to move forward. And so in this week, as they wrote to me the word assessment as I was tuning in to this energy. And so this week, really make that assessment for yourself of what you discovered needed to be changed. And you may have had these realizations, but you may have forgotten them. And so if you journal, or you have daily draws, and go back and look and see what you learned and what insights you had about what needs to change. Now the angel number they showed me was 969. And as you see there, it says your career will be even more fulfilling and successful when you completely trust in and follow the divine wisdom and love that is all around and within you. And to get a sense that what this means is that you really, there's signs all around you. It's almost as if you're in this wheel and it's turning, and things are turning up in your surroundings, and you might not, some of it you may or may not be expecting. But the thing is it to know that it's all being orchestrated through your intentions and through the choices that you've made previously. And now there's sort of a culmination, which might be another way of looking at the number 10. There's a culmination here that's taking place. And so, they want you to trust and follow that everything that you've lived, no matter if it went well or it went wrong, it's coming back to you as divine wisdom and love. So, we're not perfect, and we don't do everything right all the time, and we make mistakes. But when the universe brings something back to you, it brings it back to you in a way that is safe for you. So even if it's a tough lesson, it's bringing it back in a way that's safe for you because it's appropriate, number one. And it's in a way that you can digest it, and a way that you can succeed with it. Okay? Because they always want you to succeed. And it's this idea of lessons that, the universe doesn't give lessons to sit back and say, let's see if they can do this without us, or let's see if they can fail or pass this, because if they don't, well, shame on them. No. This is a love. And we don't like the test. And often you sit and you reflect and you start really beating up on yourself. It's the opposite of what they're doing. It's the opposite. They made it so that you will succeed. But they know that this is something that you wanted to work through. This is something that we take a pride and enjoy in the achievements that we've made in our lives. There are things that we set out very clearly to do, and we want to achieve it. You don't want somebody else to run that race for you, or to enter that competition. You don't want somebody else to do it for you. You want to do it. You want to prove and show yourself what you're made of. You want to do this for yourself. And so that is when you pray and you ask for deliverance from something, that what the universe does, they know your heart. And so they know that they give you that, what we call a test, but they give you this opportunity, this challenge to go through that process yourself, but they set it up so that you can succeed no matter what. The only difference is that no matter what, you and I can't see, because we only see in terms of black and white. We see success or failure. But because we have this survivor mentality they're writing. We have a survivor mentality. And it's sort of this, you fail or you don't. It's a harsh mentality, because it doesn't allow room for compassion. It's like you just screwed that up, so kind of, and then the beating up and all the other thoughts and the regrets and the depression, etc., starts to set in, and then now we have to cycle. Now we're stagnant. We're a wheel of karma instead of remaining on the wheel of evolution. So when you feel bad, or when you feel like the universe has failed you in some way, it's because you're not broad-minded enough. And I don't mean to sound judgmental when I say that, but it has to come out that way so you can get right on the right frequency here. You're just not being broad-minded enough in those moments to understand that what we perceive as negative and positive, when the universe sets it up for you, it always, either way, they leave you at the, what is the word I'm looking for? They leave you at the the corner of the path that you need to be on. So whether you feel like you didn't do well or if you did really well, you're still going to end up on a path that's right for you, that's going to make it all right, make it all better. Do you get a sense of what I'm saying? And if you look back in your life, you know what I'm talking about, because you wouldn't be sitting here listening to me today. You would be somewhere in your worst nightmare. And this, what we do here, is not your worst nightmare. You wouldn't have the ability to tune in to this, what we're doing, which is we're enlightening one another, right? With our collective higher selves, wisdom and understanding. And you wouldn't come here to drink of that wisdom if you were completely living in your worst nightmare. You may not have been on the path of your expectation. And that's what I mean about we're just not broad-minded enough. And we have to start developing a broader perspective to really understand the kind of love that is trying to empower you, trying to help you find your voice, trying to show you that you are strong, that you have divine strength and power within you and fortitude to overcome any adversity. And that's why you were chosen to be here on the planet at this time during the ascension process, because you are invincible. And they knew that the ascension plan would not fail because of the souls that were curated for this time and opportunity. And the things that you're going through it for the collective. It's like when, let's say, you want to learn how to do something, you want to learn how to make a video, or you want to learn how to cook a particular recipe, or you want to learn how to be this, right? The universe, all of every experience that you live or that you go through becomes like a how-to. And it is raised up, no matter how dark the experience was. It always culminates in light, or as enlightenment. And it becomes a part of this universal library. So that now, when any soul goes through or walks along that same path, that information from your life is available as a vibrational download into the consciousness. And when anyone's heart sends out a signal for hope or prayer of hope, that information is given to them. And so, even though they may make the similar mistakes, but they will never go to the depths of what you had to do because you did that. Or, let's put it this way, they won't do it without a little bit of awareness there, or a whole lot. But that's always up to our own free will. And that is why it's so important for us to start broadening our perspective and focus on the change. Don't worry about making big changes. A small change is all you need. That mustard seed is all you need to be able to get yourself to remain on that wheel of evolution instead of getting stuck on the wheel of karma. And the difference now, that wheel exists still, but with the ascension frequencies, you are not tethered to it. Now you're making choices to be there, and you will know it because you will feel a lot of, and you may have noticed that it's getting more intense. The last month or two, they've been very unsettling. And I hate to tell you this, but it's not going away. It's going to increase as the frequency rises. This, like, I feel it. Like, it almost feels like a panic attack. Like chest tight a lot, and very just a lot of anxiety just spinning. And it's because we are doing things that we're not making changes. We're resisting. We're still resisting what's coming to us. We're not broadening our perspective to really be open to seeing the blessings, to seeing the profound love that is always, no matter if it's a test or if it's a free pass, is still equally, the love is equally distributed in terms of the care and the detail in the planning, in the divine planning, profoundly infused with love. And they write the word confess now. You're going to feel this tension, this confusion in your soul. If you are resisting or refusing to adhere to what your heart wants. As soon as you do that, it stops. And that's because now the frequency of integrity is so high and so tangible or palpable. You cannot get around that. You cannot. So you can't get on the wheel of karma easily. You're going to be on there, but now you're going to know you're on there. And you're not going to like it 1 second. Yeah, you're going to feel unsettling because you're spinning in a way that you're not meant to. And so you got to broaden your perspective in order to lift yourself out of that. And it's about that change. That change that honors your truth, that honors your gifts. And you'll feel a little less worried, a little less confused and anxious. And so they keep writing the word confession. Now, this is, because we said this was a year of integrity. So now you have to tell your truth. You have to be truthful, but you have to yourself. This is where it starts. Don't be trying to tell everybody else. Get right with yourself in this way. Because they write the word competition. You're competing with your ego. And that's why you're feeling these things. Because you're still giving all of your attention to your ego. Notice what that angel number said. And so it says, when you completely trust in and follow. So your career will be even more fulfilling and successful when you completely trust in and follow the divine wisdom and love that is all around you and within you. But it's all, no matter what it is, it could be career, like as they said here, anything. You can put relationship there. You can put any finances, whatever you want to put there. You can put it there, like make it a blank. But you must, the real direction here, everything will be more fulfilling and successful when you completely trust in and follow your divine wisdom. Okay, let's take a look at the Archangel Oracle card and the Archangel we're working with. And I kept seeing this word safe. And so it's Archangel Michael, who is always around. All of the angels are around you all the time and with you, because they can be with everyone, because they're omnipresent. And so a lot of people like to go, who are my angels, or which archangels with me? They're all always with you. They're all always with you. But they may not, their energy may not come forward, meaning it may not step right into your energy field so that you can feel that influence of that vibration. But they're always waiting. And so that's why if you think an angel's name, they're automatically then step forward into your energy field, because they are there for everyone. They're not going somewhere else and coming back from somewhere else. That is not how it works. Your team is always there. They telepathically can communicate anywhere in the universe, but they never will ever leave your side. The celestial beings, they say. The word they're right in front of me. And so there is something in this week, and this is a really great message. I'm finding it very comforting too, because there is something in this week that it's going to get tough. I mean, when this version of Archangel Michael appears, in this very heroic way, blazing with power, and his sword of truth, blazing with the truth, and that cobalt blue shield to bring balance and peace around you, to be soothing and gentle, to calm the anxieties. And let's just ask Archangel Michael to do that right now for us, to place his cloak, his cobalt blue light around your energy field and around your heart as well. And then ask him to place that cobalt light around any situation or circumstance that worries or concerns you. And feel the power of love come over you, the power of peace come over you, as it feels as though weights are being lifted, because now they are no longer attached to you, because he severed your energy from that so that you don't have to worry. And now it's being handled, and your team of angels, including Archangel Michael, is surrounding, because they can be with anyone and everything in every situation simultaneously. And they are communicating with the right resources to come to you, to come into your life, to help you to manage this and to resolve it. And unicorns are also coming in. And they're coming in to touch your third eye, your crown chakra, with their horn of light. And they bring in this high ninth dimensional frequency of pure source frequency. And from it, drops of light like tears water and nurture your crown chakra, to help your thoughts come back into balance, to heal, to allow you a wider pool of solutions and inspiration. And they're asking you to climb on their back. And this unicorn has a cobalt blue, sort of like a garment that it's wearing. So he's completely covered except for the head and neck. And they want you to give them permission to help to ride you through this week. So energetically, although you may feel like you're standing and walking on your own 2 feet, they are going, this particular unicorn who has Archangel Michael's cobalt blue. So I feel like there's an association between these particular unicorns and Archangel Michael. And they're going to carry you energetically, if you give them permission now, through this entire week. And the unicorns will drop in front of your path as they carry you. They will bring this beautiful frequency of light and love and peace and gentleness, so that you can carry the wisdom within your soul, that you can carry it to every meeting, to every conversation. And you will be safe, and you will feel safe. And that's what's really important. It's more important for you to feel safe. Once you feel safe, you are safe, because you are the one who's creating your reality. And they want you, they wrote teaser. Are you making fun of us? Because they're showing me someone on the cross, and they wrote teaser. So it's like you've got yourself already crucified. It's sort of like that bad. Like you feel like, you're already, the jury's tried you, of your peers, and you're hung to dry, And I don't know why they do that, but it's funny. So we'll we'll have a ha 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 with it. But they write on peace. Peace be with you. This, remember, this is one of those forms of love that the universe is putting in front of you. Peace be with you. And I get a sense that at the end result, even though you might feel tested and tried and crucified, that the end result will be peace. And just be aware of how delicious that truly, truly is right now. You can feel that now. And they want you to have that sensation so you can carry it with you in this week. Okay, so let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. And we have a 10. Okay? And just thinking about that angel number. And this is the 10 of Pentacles. And we've been talking about it, so it's very interesting. And so here's this opportunity. Here's this opportunity. That wheel is that opportunity to change or to stagnate. And this card would really emphasize that number in terms of the career component, because this card is about the legacy. I can't even remember the number. Oh yeah, 696. This card is, nope, that was not the number. It's interesting, I can't remember it. All right. Oh, it's 969. So this is about that legacy, right? And again, it said your career will be more fulfilling and successful when you completely. I feel like, that the legacy that you really want to leave behind and the legacy that you want to live is something truly, truly fulfilling. And now is your opportunity. You have an opportunity to make a change, no matter how small it is, to really set the pattern for that path to unfold. Because once you just create a habit, a good habit, you create a pattern. And then that pattern, the universe can easily just pick it up and start to repeat it on its own, so that it becomes an effortless event for you. And they write the word expression. So all you need to do is really express what's in your heart, in your career pursuit. And don't worry about everything else. This card says that you'll be taken care of, as an angel number said as well. All of that, everything that you need, all the material needs, all the other components, the peace of mind, the feeling passionate, because we want to feel passionate, and they write imperative. This seems to be an imperative for you right now. And I'm talking about the other elements that are not physically represented in this card, but I feel that they're there in the tens because it's a culmination, right? It's like everything comes together. And they're highlighting that you really want to feel passionate. You really want to be excited and motivated. And that's the kernel, that's the seed of joy, that is the seed for abundance to really flourish. So you may be in a predicament where this seems nearly impossible, that you would have any kind of effect on such an outcome. But if you focus on that tiny little change, it could be a tiny little difference within yourself that you make. Your perspective, you broaden your horizons, and look at the path that you're on, and just trust that they're leading you to the path where you eventually need to be. That they're finding the steps that are easy for you from the difficulties that you're experiencing. And if you follow the wisdom of your heart, you will be there sooner rather than later. All right, let's take a look at the card for the middle of the week. And we have the Three of Cups, and just talking about that joy. So it seems it's really important for you to learn how to celebrate the little wins, to celebrate, and everything is about that number that they've been reading. I mean, I don't know if you all are finding this fascinating or not, but remember what they said? When you completely trust in and follow the divine wisdom and love that is all around you and within you, you are not recognizing that there's many things around you to be grateful for. Many things. You're so focused on this one thing that's going wrong. And this, I just wrote the word Saturn. This is the challenge for you. This is the beautiful lesson. So there is this Saturn energy. It's sort of a package. They're writing it like a package deal. And this is a very important package. And they're writing the word Sagittarius. This is an opportunity to search, for truth and knowledge and wisdom, gaining that knowledge and wisdom. And I'm seeing the Egyptian, and I think that's Thoth or Jehuti in the Egyptian original name for him. But so there is this search for that truth and wisdom. And if you tap into this energy, that's going to become available to you. That's when everything is going to shift. And that's when you're going to, in effect, actualize your own sense of happiness. And you'll no longer feel separated, they're saying. You'll no longer feel separated. And look, we have now the Page of Cups, which is this, I feel like it's about this change in your emotional well-being. That you're going to, at the outside of all of this, some shift in your emotional well-being starts to become, they flash the word power in front of me, starts to become a powerful influence in your life. And the word cafe, which is my symbol for networking, which means it's going to open up a whole new network of relationships that are going to allow you to get where you're going. Because these new relationships within them and within this new emotional attitude, you will automatically start attracting people who know people who know people, and who are also, they're writing, successful in the things that you want to be successful. Okay? And they're writing the word plausible, so that I guess it feels like they're trying to say plausible conditions or something of this nature will come about. All right, let's take a look at the card I've already pulled from the bottom of the deck. And we have a lot of cups here. The Knight of Cups. See, this is what they're telling you, is that what you really are after in terms of a legacy, what you're really, because we want to be safe, we want to have stability, we want to have security. Like, we want to have all the things that we need to survive. But they're telling you you're not a survivor. That's not what you were made for. You were made to thrive. And if you shift, the Knight of Cups is looking to fill his cup with love, with the things that he loves. And he's on a mission for that. And that's the mission you're on. You're looking for a career that you love. And to be surrounded, because they're writing the word cafe, you're also, if you already know that career, that you already know the career that you love, you're looking for a job opportunity where you can be surrounded by a network of people who love and enjoy what you are passionate about. Because that is stimulating, to be around people who are on the same page and who are wanting to accomplish the same goals. And because of that, they lack a selfishness. You're looking for people who are really wanting to serve, because this knight in particular, he really is wanting to serve. I mean, all the knights are, but this knight really wants to work with other people. He loves the social setting. He thrives in an environment where he can play off of other people who are also successful and who are also, they wrote the word flowering, who are blossoming, in what they're doing. That like, it's almost like I get this feeling like you don't want to go into something that's just, rote, stagnating. You want something where you can grow and evolve and discover yourself, that your own inner relationship with yourself evolves. And in terms of your abilities and your skills, you want to be, I don't know the word used, you want every aspect of your gifts to be tested, to be put on that performance, on a very high level of performance, because for some reason that gives you such a thrill, right? And helping people and being in a position to really help and to serve as well. And so you need that job that will just check off all of those boxes for you. And for some reason, you're not feeling safe about this. But Archangel Michael is letting you know that you are. And maybe the changes that you'll have to make are huge sacrifices. And I'm guessing it's dealing with the money, because this is the only card here. I'm guessing it's about, you're thinking about your long-term, financial plans, and that if you do this, that it might put a dent in that. It might compromise that. There might be these sacrifices. And when you're only thinking about that versus you haven't considered what it's like to be truly happy and fulfilled, so much so that you really don't have the time to worry, and that you actually might make compromises, maybe in the beginning or it may be throughout. But those compromises would have been things that automatically would just drop off. You would no longer want to. It's almost like let's say a bill or something. Like, I'm just going to give a weird example. Let's say your cable bill, like your cable bill or something, or all these little tiny little subscriptions, and they take up a lot of money every month. And you just, because you're so fulfilled and happy, you spend more time working on your projects that you don't need, that just to play this or sit around and do that, because you have something to do. You don't need to be entertained. And so you cut that gets cut out of your budget, or eating out gets cut out of your budget, because you feel so fulfilled in your life and in your work that you also want to prepare your own food and find that refinement of pleasure as well there. And the more that we start doing things for ourselves, and we find ourselves not needing resources. And so what may seem like a compromise isn't. So the whole idea is that whatever it is for you, you are safe. And the angels will be carrying you through, on the backs of these unicorns, will be carrying you through this week, through this very difficult challenges and choices. But it's all about following your heart. Remember that confession? Be honest with yourself. Stop trying to manipulate and make everything work, trying to make the old and the new fit together. No. This is about the new, because this is about a harmony and alignment and a joy and a happiness and peace of mind that you don't realize you deserve. But you're going to have to let go in order to get there. And so by focusing on what you're really seeking and being clear and honest about that will make it easier for you to broaden your perspective and see the choices and the small changes that you'll need to take step by step. So I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And may the peace of God bless you in the changes that you're trying to make. May it cover you as you do this. Have a beautiful week.